Hey everybody, Jillian here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a midweek scrap layout using these products here. I'm using Basic Gray's B-side collection as well as a few other random things, some thickers, enamel dots, freckled fawn washi tape, a beautiful mess stamps, and so on and so forth. Also, it's worth noting that I haven't scrapped anything in about a week, so I'm kind of just getting back into the flow of things. And in this video you'll see pretty much everything in the Basic Gray B-side collection, thanks in part to my indecisive nature when making this layout and total lack of confidence in anything that I'm putting on the page. So there you go. I'm going to start by getting these branding strips off, and I'm going to go ahead and list everything as per usual in the description below. So if you like any of these things, you can run out and get them yourselves. So what I'm doing here is just trying to see which pattern paper I like as my background. I thought that black and white stripe would work, but I thought that the stripes were a little too literal. I wanted to use the reverse of this cut apart sheet also. It was a really cool teal pattern, and I'm just looking on the back to see which cut aparts I think I can live without. So I'm indicating there to myself that those four probably won't be used. And then I also didn't think I would use that huge 4x6 cassette tape. I was alive when cassettes were used. I actually used quite a few of them to record hits from the radio, but I don't see them making their way onto any of my scrapbook layouts. So what I decided to use was this one pattern. I wanted to use both the front and the back because I really liked it. So what I often do in that case is I'll go ahead and cut off 4 inches of one side, which I did not do in this case. I cut off 3 inches because I'm so used to doing 9x12 layouts. Anyway, what I normally do is I'll just find a piece of white, paper, and then glue the 3-inch or 4-inch piece down and then the 8-inch piece next to it. And I usually cover papers like that with maybe a 1/2-inch border strip like I cut there, just to cover the join. But in this case I thought that the black and white stripe was too bold, and I ended up removing it. I also pulled out some vellum because I thought, well, I do end up using on the page, and I wanted to use a larger block of it, but it ends up becoming very small. So I'm just playing around here. I thought I might like the vellum covering up the pattern. I saw that somewhere on Pinterest, and I thought that would be cool to do, to put some vellum over a really busy pattern like this paper, and just kind of have it muted so it could be near the photos. But I don't do that quite on this layout. So going into this, I really didn't have any idea of what I wanted. Oh, here's the look through the collection pack if you're interested in it. So yeah, I didn't really have any idea what I wanted to do with this photo. So to kind of ease my way back into things, I decided just to pull colors from the photo. It was taken in my son's room, and 2 of his walls are that turquoise color, which is my favorite. So I just pulled the black bars from his crib, the teal wall color, and then he also has gray and white in his room. So I'm basically just recreating his room in scrapbook format. So I created a large mat there. I knew that I wanted my title to go underneath the photo, and I'm looking through the sticker sheets here that came in the collection pack to see what, if anything, I want to use on the layout. So I'm sticking them on my hand to kind of get some of the adhesive off, because I play around with them to see where they're going to go. I also pulled out this freckled fawn washi tape because it has all the colors that I'm using, and I'm really trying to use washi tape more. So just one more pass at the sticker sheet to see if there's anything else that might work. I pulled out that frame because I thought it would be cool layered behind the photo. I've been seeing that on YouTube a lot. Claudia Van R, I think is her YouTube handle. She does that a lot, like where she'll cut a frame in half and layer it behind her photos, and it looks really cute. So I thought I might try and emulate that here, but I end up not doing it this time. So I'm going to go ahead and put those banner pieces to the left of my photo a la Jen Scow. That's something that she does a lot. I get a lot of inspiration, I guess, from YouTube, apparently, because I've just mentioned 2 of them in the last minute. Anyway, those ladies are great crafters and YouTubers, and I'll go ahead and link both of their channels below. So I'm just putting back the things that I decide not to use, and I have my title on wax paper there. I figured, I mean, I had a pretty good idea of where I wanted it, but I figured I'd just put it on there to be safe. And it's using the Amy Tangerine Afterglow thickers. This is from her Stitch collection. They're some of my favorite thickers ever. And in that pack, it includes a few hearts. And so the title for this layout is going to be Heart My Hams, because they're certainly hamming it up in this picture. So I'm going ahead and getting that vellum trimmed down, and I think it's crooked, but I was under a time crunch creating this layout. My husband had taken our son out of the house for a couple of hours, and just having things straight was not a priority for me. Finishing it and relaxing was high on my priority list. So if things are crooked, I'm not too worried about it. Oh, and you'll also see that I reversed the pattern papers on the page. The majority of the page being with that white constellation pattern thing, it didn't really work for me. So what I did off camera, because my phone was also running out of memory, I went ahead and switched those, and because I used that Elmer's dot adhesive, I was able to apply a lot of friction to the page to get all of the adhesive up. So it wasn't too bad, and it didn't tear any of the paper. So I really like that Elmer's tape runner. So if that's something that you guys do, if you have your indecisive moments, I highly recommend that adhesive. I've only been scrapbooking for, I want to say, like 3 years. No, maybe even like 2.5. So, I mean, nothing has fallen apart since then, but we'll see how it holds up in like 10 years. So what I'm doing is bringing that black and white stripe down to the bottom right of the page, and I'm layering that with some washi tape and this heart die cut that I had just actually hand cut off of a journaling card for a few layouts back. So I'm deciding to go ahead and use that on the bottom of the page, and then I'm going to I did write my journaling around it, and then I'm going to use some foam adhesive here to pop that up off of the page also. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some staples to the bottom there because it was lifting up off of the page. Then I'm going to pull out some Freckled Fawn enamel dots, some stamps from a Beautiful Mess. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that camera, shock, next to my title. And what else is there? Oh, my roller stamps. So I go ahead and stamp the camera down, and I'm going to very carefully cut it out. And it's also going to get some foam adhesive underneath it and live right there next to the title. I may have forgotten also to glue the paper down the second time around, so I had to get that done for sure. And then I'm using this stamp set that I got in my Messy Box subscription. The stamp says hello there, and then I'm taking the Dear Lazy Documentary roller phrase stamp, and I am stamping repeatedly, oh my love. I had a mishap a few layouts back with one of these roller stamps, and just practicing again and again and again so that I don't have the same issue as last time. And then I'm stamping the date. To the left of the photo, I wanted to bring some of that stamping up in the opposite corner of the layout. I'm using some enamel dots from Freckled Fawn, and then also from Michael's to tie some of that teal color down to the bottom right, and then elsewhere onto the page. And I like those enamel dots that are to the bottom right of the camera, but the two black ones, they kind of look like spider eyeballs to me, and so I ended up swapping it out with a white dot. And that's gonna wrap it up. So here's a look at my finished layout. Nothing groundbreaking here. I just wanted to give you guys a look into my process for how I get back into the groove. If you guys liked what you saw and want to see more, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.